This is Angelica Marie, and you're tuned into Ain't No Filter. Yes, I said ain't no filter. This podcast ain't for the lighthearted. Ain't no sugarcoating. Ain't no tiptoeing. Ain't no dog filter, and ain't no flower filter. Ain't no filter. Straight shoot from the hip on every single episode of Ain't No Filter. All right, what's up? What's up? It's your girl Angelica Marie with Ain't No Filter, and today I got
InkbyShorty, known as Shorty. Real name is Tion.
Now, InkbyShorty, well, Shorty, let us know about you. Like, tell us about you,
Well, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm 24 years old. It ain't really too much to know about me. I'm born and raised in Milwaukee, and now just, young black man trying to make it out.
I feel you. Make it out, because, they don't be knowing about Milwaukee. Now, you've been doing tattoos for a while, so, how long have you been in the game, really doing tattoos?
Let me see. I started probably 8 years ago.
8 years.
8 years ago, but I've been professional the last 2 years. So, I would say about 4 or 5 years ago, I got kicked out of school for tattooing.
Wait, what? You was tattooing somebody in the locker room?
I was tattooing in a dorm, in where we were staying at, and they didn't know how to, deal with it, so I got kicked out for that. And ever since.
Wait, hold on. You got kicked out of school for tattooing in a dorm, so you was hooking people up in it.
Yeah, that was
your hustle.
That was my school. I went to school to play basketball. But to keep some money coming, I took my tattooing stuff. So
I feel you, hustle.
I had to get it how I had to get it. College kids struggle.
You ain't lying, cause I done did it twice. I ain't had no real. Nope. You know what I did? I started selling candy out the dorm rooms. I was selling fruities. I was selling Airheads. That was my hustle.
I did that in high school.
I did it in middle school too, cause we couldn't have candy, we couldn't have gum. But I really needed money in college. I was broke. People was not sending me money. And it wasn't no Lyft, no Uber. We was on the train, bro. It was different. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. But I know you said you've been tattooing for 8 years. You got a shop. How long your shop been up and running for the people who don't know?
It's been open 2 years, ever since I got professional. I took a leap and opened my own for the past 2 years.
And where you located in Milwaukee for the people that don't know?
It's on 40th and North Avenue, 4011 West North Ave.
Gosh, you got to make sure you plugging yourself in. So when you say professional, what made you officially professional? Because I know people talk about scratchers and people only doing name tags.
Yeah, so a lot of people really don't know about what a scratcher is, because they think a tattoo artist or a professional is everybody that tattoos, and it's really not. Our professional is when you leave your wherever establishment you was in that wasn't legit, no paperwork, anything like that, and you make yourself professional by getting all the documents with your name on it, saying you certified, getting into a shop. Even though you're in the shop doesn't mean you're a professional, because a lot of people in shops don't have paperwork for saying that they're certified to be there. So I've been certified. Before I opened my shop, I made sure I had everything done before I opened my doors.
I feel you didn't want no issues with that city. Because, Milwaukee different. How, were you able to get an apprenticeship while you were there? Did you try apprenticeship? Or?
It's weird because like a lot of people don't really do apprenticeships, but like if you try to go to like I'll say the white people, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't want to work with black people. They wouldn't want to take the time to apprentice you. So I'm self-taught. And where I was at, I started from a mama basement. Once my mama moved to Vegas, I had a little studio in the back of a barber shop. So I was in there for a year, and somebody told on me, and the city came and shut me down.
Dang, so they was snitching, boy.
Somebody hated on me. So after that, I ain't had nowhere else to tattoo. So it was either stop tattooing, go back to regular working, or figure out a way to keep tattooing. And I went around Milwaukee looking for buildings, and like my last option, I ended up finding a building, and I've been at it ever since.
That's what's up. Cause are you one of like probably like the few black owned tattoo shops in Milwaukee? Cause I don't know how many. I don't know.
It's a lot of shops, but it's really how many is legit.
Like how many got their business license? How many
LLCs and all that stuff? So it's not that many of us, but I am one of the few.
Cause I don't know like how many people really out there. So since you didn't do an apprenticeship and you was like self-taught, like how did you even teach yourself? You was tattooing yourself?
I had a mentor.
Okay.
He was like the person that was tattooing me. He was teaching me the game, so it was like I was interested. So every time I go get tatted, I'll pay attention. Or if he tatted to somebody that I know, I will go and ask him questions and stuff like that. So he taught me a lot within the time that it did. And then everything else was once I got my machine and stuff, I just started. Like, I didn't practice on myself until I got at least good. Like,
you didn't want to mess up your
I didn't want to mess up my own body. So I was doing tattoos probably for like $10, $20. And people, I was like, when I posted, I was like, anybody want to be a test dummy? And people was like, yeah. So that's how it started. And
you know, people love to.
And it went from
cheap.
there.
They was trying to get the cheap and stuff, but the whole time you was just trying to invest in your grind. Like, at that point, it was like, okay, I'm going to do what I got to do, but just know these prices going up.
Yeah.
And how was that when you eventually, like, decided, like, I'm not no $10 tattoo person? Like, I've grown to the point where, like, you going to have to give me some money.
I raise my prices slowly. I raise it to where people can't really tell the difference. So when I was in the house, you was getting house prices. But once I moved to a studio or whatever, I felt like I was a little professional than being in the house because everybody don't like going to houses. So I raised my prices just a little bit so they wouldn't really know. But once I got to a shop, I have to keep bills. I have to pay bills. I have to keep everything open. So they had to understand it's shop prices now. So it's either you respect it or you kick rocks.
You feel like you had like a lot of pushback in the city in regards to like your pricing or?
Definitely. I still do till this day.
What people be saying to you?
Because you got those people that don't look at quality. I was always a quality person. Like if I know my worth, I'm going to raise my prices.
Yeah, you always should.
Some people
charge what you worth.
Some people don't look at it that way. They just look at it and be like, oh, I want some ink and you're too high. So I had to learn to not care. Like, okay, if you don't want to get tatted by me, oh well. But if you hit me up for a cover up or a fix up, I'm going to charge you double.
Yeah, because you going over somebody's work. Like,
and you should have just came and spent the money that I asked the first time instead of, trying to take a cheap route.
Exactly. And now you stacking for going to somebody you shouldn't have went to in the first place. I mean, I get it. Like, everybody got to start somewhere. But I definitely say it's a lot of people who don't care about the work they do. But I definitely feel you, like, charging what you worth. But I'm going to keep it real. I'm cheap, too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm cheap,
There ain't nothing wrong with being cheap, though. You just got to understand. When I explain it to people, I'm like, you can't be cheap with your body. Like,
that's true.
If you want art, you have to understand the value of it. Like, is it how it's going to look afterwards and how it's going to heal, stuff like that. So that's why I'll be trying to tell people, like, that's into, like, body art but want to be cheap. I say just go to a convention and ask them, like, what's their minimum and check out the style of work and the quality of the work, and they'll understand. But some people be like, yeah, you're right, but they just can't afford it. And it's like in the real tattooing world, a lot of people save money just to get tattoos. Like they be like, okay, let me save up this money just to
Yeah.
go to a certain person. But nowadays, they just go right to the person that's cheaper. So
Yeah, cause I mean I can't lie. Like I'm all for charge what you worth. Like, cause when me being in media and entertainment, I'm like, please don't lowball me. But at the same time, if I find a coupon, if I'm cheap, like I be everywhere I go, I ask for a student discount. That's just how I am. But I definitely feel you. Like that's permanently on your body. In regards to like, well, you out here for a convention and stuff. So tell us like a little bit more. Even though by the time it's gonna air, y'all, he gonna already have been gone from the convention. But hey.
the convention, I love conventions. Last year was my first year doing them. I love them. You make more money. You meet a lot of new people, a lot of different artists. You can learn from conventions, and that get your name out there. So when people come to conventions, like spectators or whatever, they thinking most of the people that's there are some of the best. Yeah. So they figure if you're in a convention, you're some of the best. And like if you don't already have clients lined up, you just got to draw people in. Once they come look at your booth, and they see your pictures, you got to talk to them. If you don't know how to talk, you ain't gonna make no money. Because a lot of people get tatted by certain people just off of if they said hello to them. Like some people see people at your booth and won't say nothing to them. But if you see somebody at your booth and you speak and you start a conversation, they'll be like, oh, well, you started a conversation with me. I walked to plenty other tables, ain't nobody say nothing. So you was the first one to say something.
That's facts. That's like customer service. Like that go a long way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you recognizing me and you talking to me, that let me know, like, all right, you about to touch my body for maybe an hour or so. Like, okay, I can respect that, you know how to speak to people. In regards to, like, the convention minimum, like, what's the minimum for the people that don't understand the tattoo world, or how does that even vary? Like, what's the process?
Most of the minimums is either 100 or 150. But depending on who it is, yeah, it's like for small tattoos, that's probably going to be the minimum. But the higher or the picture is, or the bigger the picture is, the more it's going to be. But it's going to be worth it's going to be worth it once the tattoo is done. So it's just a different feel for it. Like if I didn't have a shop, I would just be a convention artist. I would just travel to all the conventions.
Is there like any big convention that you're really looking forward to eventually being a part of?
Not really. I'm just wanted to do. I know some that I wanted to do the one in Atlanta. Chicago is March 20th through the 22nd. What else? Let me see. It's a couple of them that I just want to see different spots. Like if I never been there, or if I never been there to work, I'd rather just go visit and tattoo there at the same time. You got Houston. You got
when's Houston?
Houston is in June. I'm not sure the dates just yet. I have to look for it. Gotcha. You got Tampa in like October.
Cause you've been to Tampa though.
I've been to Tampa last year.
How was that?
It was fun. I went to probably 4 last year. I made a goal for myself. I wanted to do 10 last year. Okay. But doing it by myself and getting all the fees and stuff, it was a lot. So, but I'm glad I was able to do those 4. And now this year, I'm gonna do more than 4. So it's just like every year
run the numbers up. Yeah, that's all you got to do. So with that, you talking about how do people like go about you doing a convention for the people who want to see you in Chicago and Houston? How they go about booking you too?
Well, I'm gonna be tattooing with Black Ink, so it's either you can email Black Ink Studios or convention at blackinkstudios.com. You can email them, tell them what you want to get done by what artist, and or you can inbox me on Instagram at InkbyShorty, or you can just figure out a way to contact me, and we can get you squared away like that.
Yeah, because I need some details, because you said Black Ink now. I mean, I'm like a Facebook lurker, but like I'm really friends with you on Facebook. I just didn't know you like in real life. But I seen you like going to like Black Ink Crew events. I seen you with like Nine Mag and stuff. Peeped you on TV, know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, woo. But so what do you actually have your relationship with Black Ink in New York though? Because you got a relationship with like C's and Teddy and them.
Yeah, it's
like,
just really like it's really a personal relationship. So it's like I grew a personal relationship this day last year.
How did you make that happen? Like
it was weird. They came for a pop-up shop in Milwaukee, and I
told y'all people come to Milwaukee.
And I came to the pop-up shop. I was tattooing at the pop-up shop, but it was just really like uncoordinated and stuff like that. But I wanted to be there because I had a shop at the time, so I was trying to get them to my shop. So I was like, let's switch the pop-up shop to my shop because I knew how the place was, where they was going, but they didn't see the location until they got there. So they was just like, what is this? So
well, wait, rewind that back. They didn't see they did switch to your shop and they
okay. When they was coming, they already had their location. And I didn't when I seen the flyer, I'm like, let me hit up the people that's bringing them to try to switch the location because I knew where they was going and I knew it wasn't a tattoo shop. So and C's and Teddy didn't see the location until they got to Milwaukee. They didn't like it once they was there. And by me, I had just probably got my shop that September of the year before. So I don't have my shop probably for like four or 5 months.
Yeah.
And it was like that Sunday morning, I was waiting on them. I went up to the spot where they were supposed to come back to, and they didn't come. So I'm thinking like, okay, I get a phone call like, C's want to know if he can come finish his tattoos that he got at your shop.
Look at that. Look at God.
And I was like,
Yeah, nigga, like what?
I was just like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I ran to my shop because the person that was doing it, I ain't tell him, I just left. Like the person that was hosting the pop-up shop, I just left because he was waiting on them, but he didn't know. So I just left or went to my shop, made sure I cleaned up a little bit more, you know.
Yeah.
And then after they came, you know, we just, after everybody was tattooing, everybody was done, we just talked. Everybody that was in there just was talking. Like,
chopping it up.
You know, getting to know each other more. And I was still in shock. Like, I watch him on TV. And,
because they like,
that's a role model. Like,
based on like C's, I'm saying it like I know this man C's, but based on his history, like, because I think he was self-taught too, kind of like you. So
he when I was talking to him, he's like, man, you remind me of myself.
Yeah,
it's like young, you know what I'm saying? You started when you young, and you just got this ambition to keep going. Like he was like, man, you just remind me of myself. And at that time, that shit mean a lot to me because I was fresh in the game, fresh having a shop, you know what I'm saying? I was in it by myself trying to figure it out. And after that, I got his number, you know, and then I started putting my shop in conventions with them. Mm-hmm. So if I knew they was on the convention, I'd do what I got to do to put my shop in it. So I pay all my fees, and I just have my booth right next to them. So once he see me, you know what I'm saying, he see my booth, it was all love. Like, I'm there by myself, just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm right next to them. My first time experiencing like with C's them was like at the Chicago convention last year. I seen him. I was going up there just to visit, like just to walk around, chill. And then he was like, man, you know, you can come back behind the table. You know what I'm saying? Come chop it up with us. Come stay back here, see how it is. The weekend, so I stayed the weekend, and then after that, it was just mad love. Like, we went to Nine Mag, kicked it with Nine Mag and stuff like that. So it was just like relationships grew as time went on. Cause,
it was organic.
Yeah,
it wasn't like no forcing it.
Yeah, like, no force. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they started like the whole, and everybody from the Black Ink people, they just started messing with me. They like, who, like, okay, that's Shorty. Everybody called me Shorty, so that's what I go by. Then, like, with, you know, I just do stuff by myself.
You sound like me. I be in these streets by myself.
So it's just like, it wasn't no, like, a groupie thing. It's just like, I want to see what's the process on, you know what I'm saying? He opening up a new shop, bigger shop. I want to see, you know what I'm saying, how he doing it. I want to see his process and talk to him, whatever. But everything is pretty much all love between everybody. You know, that's like the status that I'm in right now is just I'm glad I'm in the position I am, that I have a personal relationship with C's. I can hit him up anytime. I can tattoo in any of his shops at any time. And like now, since I'm tattooing with him at the conventions, it's just a, you know what I'm saying, opportunity that I was glad to have.
Well, that's big. Congrats. We gonna see you on like Black Ink. Cause I mean we already got one Milwaukee person on there. Q. You
I
gonna be
wouldn't
on there
really
too?
know. I wouldn't really know until time goes on.
Or you can't tell me. Just wink your eye real
You know
quick.
what I'm saying? I can't really say.
He got on shades. I couldn't see if he was
really
winking
say
anyway.
too much about it, but in due time, we'll know. But otherwise, it's just, you know, a good opportunity for Milwaukee people to see what I'm doing for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what people always complaining about. Milwaukee ain't got this. Milwaukee ain't got that. I feel like we got a lot of stuff in Milwaukee. I just think the marketing isn't there. I think everything
Yeah, the marketing
overlooked.
isn't good. Like, especially for somebody that's based in Milwaukee, like the tattooing market is horrible. But it can get better. That's like if the Black Ink shop come there. It'll pop just off the name. So it's just like it can be on the rise just because Milwaukee is on the rise right now. So it's the matter of the city supporting you.
I mean, and that's the thing. Do you feel like the city don't support you, or how you feel about that?
The city only support popularity.
Oh my, okay. You know what? I be debating about this because I don't feel like that's how it is. I feel like, okay, it probably is like that to a degree because that's like with anywhere. But I feel like people just don't be knowing what's going on or who do this or who do that. And people don't want to take the time out to find out who doing this and that. So they just going to be like, oh, well, so-and-so is popular.
Yeah, so it's definitely hard. Like, that's what, in the tattooing world, I'd rather go to somebody that's popular than somebody that's good. So just to say they got tatted by that person. But that's why I stay in my lane. I do what I do. And if they come to me, they just come to me.
I mean, I hear you, but like, okay, I only got like 2 tattoos. I ain't know who I was going to. I probably shouldn't have went, but my tattoos is not messed up. I was really, okay, so I knew I wanted to get tattoos, right? But I mean, I've been wanting to get tattoos since I was a kid. Like, I was on the stuff, like, my brother got his first tattoo when he was like 17. I'm like, I'm gonna be like my brother. I'm gonna get mine at 17. I ain't get that. I ain't get my first, I got my first 2 tattoos. I got them last year, matter of fact. Kind of around this time. It was probably like it would have been probably like almost May or whatever. I got mine. One of my friends, she was gonna get tattooed, get it. What y'all say? Tatted. Was about to go get tatted up. But she was about to get tatted, and she was like, "Come with me and stuff." And I was like, "All right, I kind of know what I'm gonna get." And so I got like 2 small things. But I went to a good place. It's a popular place though here. I went to what's it called? City of Ink. Like that's the real popping. Yeah. And I can't even tell you who tatted me. I think his name is
I don't know all the people in there, but I know that's like when 9 Man come down, that's where they go.
Yeah, because that's like
where they go to tattoo or do whatever they do before the conventions and stuff.
Yeah, because like that's the well known like Black owned. Like, they do stuff for the community, from what I've been able to see, given I ain't from Atlanta, but from what I've been able to see. Matter of fact, I think the dude name was Mark, but I got but I got, like, stuff that's gonna mean something. I got something from my uncle, and then I got something for Nipsey Hussle, because that was my favorite rapper. Like, I wasn't chasing Nipsey's clout. Like, that's been my dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely hear you with the Black Ink. But I also read something like a deal. Like, what's up with that? What's the deal?
Okay, with that... It was a interview that they twisted the words.
So it's not a deal. It's just not like, y'all, that's your people.
Yeah, and they twisted the words, and when I seen it, I'm like, it's not a deal. But
I mean, we were still excited.
Yeah, it's still exciting just because of the position I'm in. But I had to like correct them, like it's not a deal. Like ain't nothing finalized or nothing yet. So I had to write the people that wrote it like. You can't say it's a deal because that's false advertisement.
Yeah, I feel you. Did you like retract? Did they retract the thing?
They took it down, and then they changed it, the title of it, but it was still floating around that I didn't know about. I'm like, how they get this? Like, and
once it's out. Like you can't say nothing about it. But I mean, I mean, at least we know it's a partnership because they're bringing their shop down there. So is it gonna be like collabs with y'all too? Like, what we got? Y'all about to heat the summer up? Is it gonna be open by summer? Like,
it's working on it right now. It's on the standstill, but it's definitely in the process. Just know Milwaukee just got to be ready for when they come. But it's definitely coming soon. Ain't really too many details on it, but once I know the details, a couple other people would know the details, but I really don't know too many details of it yet because it's on standstill. But it's coming.
And we're going to see some collabs, like shop collabs and stuff supporting.
Just off of the relationship I have, I'm from Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? They don't really know too many people from Milwaukee that they close with.
Yeah.
So, but.
And I'm not trying to be goofy or nothing, but I don't really know no other people in Milwaukee who do tattoos. Like, I ain't even trying to front on nobody. Like, let me know some people. I don't know nobody, but hey,
it's a lot of people like the black people. They try to say who the best or whatever. But me, since I've been studying the tattooing world and been in the conventions and stuff.
You the best?
I'm not the best, but I'm far from the best.
You there though? You coming?
I'm there, but they gotta respect the OGs first.
Yeah,
like the white people that's on downtown and south side. They gotta respect them first instead of saying that they're.
But do
they
respect y'all though?
I wouldn't say respect them, but they just gotta know who's the best out of the city of Milwaukee.
But isn't that like relative when you think about it? Because it depends on people's style. Like
it is.
Because what do you consider your style to be?
I'm versatile. I like doing all type of stuff, but like I'm a line work person. But a lot of people wouldn't consider the people that's the best far as of their prices. Like they wouldn't go to them because of their prices. So they will stick to the black people because they figure we're cheap. Like no matter if we're high, we're still cheap at the end of the day. Like I get a lot of people saying my prices are cheap when I'm thinking I'm high.
That's crazy. But that's because there probably be a lot of cheap people in the inbox.
It is. That's why I don't really respond to a lot of people no more.
I mean, I get it. Like, I didn't spend that much for my tattoos either, but they like, I ain't good at,
I mean, yeah, for like little stuff.
I got little stuff.
Like, I'm veering away from doing a lot of little stuff just because it's not really helping me.
Yeah,
I'm really trying to go to more bigger pieces to help me with my craft instead of doing names and little stuff all day. Like when I already perfected it. I wouldn't say perfected it, but I'm already past that level. I just need to advance in different stuff now. So it's just like I don't really like doing names and stuff like that all the time.
I feel you. So is that like one thing that you like? Well, let me say this. Who would you look forward to tatting? Like if you can do anything on a person, who would you want to tat? And then what would you want to tat on them?
I don't know. Anybody in the celebrity world. Just give me an opportunity.
Cause I mean, we know like Rihanna, she got some fire tattoos.
She got all them tats that's like hidden and like simple. Only one that's not simple is between her chest. But that's
the heart, the thing.
Yeah, the wings. But every other one is like simple, and I will kill. I know they would be happy with simple tattoos because my line working is crispy as hell. So it's just like, oh yeah, they'll be anybody I do will be satisfied.
How do you plan on like expanding your shop? I know I seen something about you talking about getting like a piercer in there. Like how many artists do y'all have right now? And
it's just me and one other artist. It's so hard finding artists that's dedicated or got a vision to get better. Everybody's always out for themselves. So it's just like, can nobody stay in the shop? Can nobody respect shop rules? I done had probably like 6 people in my shop. And ended up back by myself, but now it's just me and one other artist, and so far it's just us two. If ever I can expand, I would try. I would love to, but I'm letting people reach out to me. I'm not reaching out to people because everybody just want to make money and not create. You know what I'm saying? Not have a passion for what they do and respect where they work at.
Yeah, I feel you. That's a lot of people to run through. So like it was like I know you said
it was a lot of people, but then at the same time. My first shop, I didn't know what to look for. And people that was asking me to come in my shop, they worked at previous shops and previous owners didn't warn me on that person. So I was just looking at it like, oh, okay, you want to come work in the shop? And it all blew up in my face at the end of the day. Because, like, everybody that left my shop, it wasn't because of me. When I started enforcing rules and, you know what I'm saying, telling this and that, that's when they didn't want to be there no more because they didn't like structure.
I mean, it's a business. Like, I mean, I understand being creative, that a lot of times when you're creative, you can struggle with structure, but like, damn, even you got to have some type of rules. There's rules to life.
Yeah, and it's like it was always an issue with payments or people being there all the time. Like, I was looking for full-time artists, like not no part-time, come when you want type of person. So
you can't play with the money. You talking about payments. You got to go right there. I ain't playing with the money. Like, you in my space, like, you gotta go.
Yeah, a lot of people tried to walk over me, but once I
how they gonna walk over the owner? How
they
like,
try like they everybody that I let go or left always tried to like fight me or something for me firing them.
They was trying to fight the boss.
Man,
let me find out. You on the you already got a
it's crazy.
Shorty's Ink already a reality show in there. Like what?
It's crazy. Man, I'll be like, why do everybody try to get into it with me? Because I told you to leave, and it's because you're not following what I asked was going on here. So therefore, you don't need to be here.
Like, that's wild. They was really trying to fight the boss. Like, I own this. Like, you can go own your own shop, and then you can make up your own rules. And everybody got to realize when you're running a business and you got guidelines and rules, it's for the betterment of the business. That means more money to be made.
Yeah, that's why I said a lot of people just think for themselves. It's tough trying to keep artists, and you know what I'm saying, had them on the same vision as you.
That's life, though. There's a lot of people who I can't work with no more either because niggas ain't shit. Like, it's just simple as that. Like, niggas ain't shit. That's what it is. Like, people don't really... Like, you can work with people, but they do not really fuck with you. And when they really do not fuck with you, that means they not putting their all into it. Mm-hmm. And you got to find out the hard way. I didn't find out the hard way a couple times. So, I mean, hey, you live, you learn. Do you feel like, with you being a tattoo artist, well, being black too, like, do you feel like that's been hard for you in the tattoo world, or... Like, your phones is popping. Like, is these people for appointments for the convention? Like, you are blinging.
Every time I'm out of town, my phone, like, it seems like a lot of people always want appointments when I'm out of town. But when I'm in town, they don't hit me. So
this man got 2 phones like Kevin Gates, and they've been blinging since he walked in.
So I just got to make sure I keep up with it because I will lose track and not respond to people till a day later. So I just make sure I just keep track of.
Y'all heard it right here. Like Shorty is looking for an assistant. I don't know how much he gonna pay.
I had an assistant. Like my first, like just while me working with Black Ink, I'm learning what I need to.
You need an assistant.
Put people in place to make more money. And they was telling me like, okay, get this. I had one, but it was too much for her. So it's like you got to find the right person. You got to find.
You was paying.
It's okay. The payment was, since it was my first time doing it, the payment was you get all my deposits. So every deposit that you get off of tattoos is yours. So that if you schedule any appointments, you get the deposit. So, and the availability, you have to be free because there's a assistance. You need to be available, especially if the owner or whoever you're working for needs you and you're not available. The owner have to do it. So it was just too much at the time for that person. So
it was too much, but what?
They weren't available every time. Like if I needed them to open the shop or if I needed them to do something for the shop, they was unavailable. So I'm like, oh yeah.
Man, you need to make yourself available. You trying to be an assistant? Like I don't know what your relationship is with the person, but I'm looking at this like, all right, you said I get paid off the deposit. Then how much my deposit could possibly be?
If the tattoo. It's like I'll do deposit no matter what the tattoo is. So it's gonna be $50. So it's your job to either promote the shop or try to get some appointments. So if you scheduling appointments yourself, like okay, well you got an appointment for this tattoo, they finna send their deposit. You getting all my deposits. I'm just getting the rest of what they owe on the tattoo. So if I'm still booking the tattoos by myself, I still will give you the deposit because that's going towards you. But if you're not earning it, I'm going to stop giving it to you.
I'm over here applying. I mean, if I ever, like, for some reason, move back to Milwaukee, I'll be your assistant. I'll take the $50. I can, like, I know how to respond.
Eventually, it will get higher, like, the more business come in. Like,
you be booked up every day. I'll be like, nah, you got an appointment at 2:15. You need to finish this at 2:10. I need the bands. Mm-hmm. Like, But I mean, everything not built for everybody. People learn that.
Yeah, that's why I'm learning. I'm learning too, so it ain't really no biggie. Like it's a lot to do by myself, but I'm still getting through it. It is what it is.
I feel you. I mean, all you can do is push through. But like, being a black tattoo artist, do you feel like it's harder? Do you feel like y'all are really accepted? Like,
Not really. Not really.
What have you experienced?
Your art will speak for itself. Like your work will speak for itself. People will respect you. Like it's a lot of people at the conventions or whatever that won't respect you because you're black. And they would like they look at your work and laugh. That's because they get taught by the best. Black people have to either work their way up to get taught by the best or just be so just
driven,
naturally creative, or you know what I'm saying, naturally it comes natural instead of paving your way, or you know what I'm saying. Like now for like young black tattoo artists, I don't know what they think, but me, if I see a black tattoo artist that's one of the best now, I will pay for like a tutorial with them. I'll sit down with them, learn some stuff. I will pay my way just to, you know what I'm saying. That's what you got to do nowadays.
Yeah, you should always be doing that. Whatever your craft is, you should be always investing in yourself to get better.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I'm looking for anything to get better at all times.
What do you think has been like your most favorite thing that you tatted? I did see that you did like a portrait like Alexis Patterson on somebody. I just thought that was dope. I mean, people who not from Milwaukee, I mean, that was nationwide news. Alexis Patterson.
Yeah, they just had to look it up to remember.
Yeah, she went like missing, and like I was young as hell.
She went missing in 2001.
Yeah, I was like in first, second grade. Right. She went missing. You know, it's still posters out. She's still missing to this day. So,
I like doing portraits, you know, but now I'm starting to fall into roses. I like doing roses now, just to try different techniques with them. There's so many ways to do roses, and just so much you can learn. Like then I'm starting to do more freehand work. I'm starting to draw a lot more.
Also, you know, like I said, I be on Facebook lurking. I seen a little post you made, and it was something about like being a tat man and all of that. Like, what was that? What was that about? Because people was really in the comments, and I was like, I be lurking. I be lurking.
This is why I really don't. I try to stay away from Facebook because
Facebook is the ghetto.
Facebook is messy, and you know, Facebook is for emotional people. Like everybody just gotta express themselves through Facebook. So it's just like people tag me in statuses like Tat Man. I'm like, okay. But people, every time I get tagged in those statuses and they inbox me, they never come because of my prices. And I was called a Tat Man when I first started tattooing. Like I knew once I learned the names, you know, the higher you get, the better you get. I learned the names. So yeah. I'm like, a Tat Man is really a scratcher. Scratcher is in the house, not professional, and not showing anything. Like if you go anywhere else, they will call you a scratcher with no hesitation. Like, oh, he's just a scratcher. But it's a slang. They keep saying it's a slang, but it's really not a slang. So I just said I don't want to be notified as a tat man, because what if it's a girl? You gonna call him a tat man?
They like call her a tat girl.
I'm like I'm a tattoo artist. Like, and there's a difference between a tattoo artist, a tattooist, and a professional tattoo artist. It's three different things, and I'm still learning those. So it's like once you get to that level, you'll understand what those really mean.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be called a tat man, because people that ask for tat mans don't want to spend money, because tat mans are slang for cheap.
Yeah, because when I seen it, I was like, I don't really know. Like, I didn't know it was a big deal, but I'm like, dang.
It wasn't a big deal, but people made it out of a big deal. I just said I don't want to be referred as that, but people got mad at me because I said I don't want to be. I paved my way. I done worked too hard to be called the same thing I've been getting called when I first started. I'm like, so now I'm a professional, so I'm not finna be called a tat man. At least say a tattoo artist. Well, I'm looking for people that like who do tattoos, or I'm looking for a tattoo artist. Not I need a tat man. I'm not a tat man.
Cause I read the comments and niggas was coming for your neck, and I was like,
and I'm the type
to be humble.
I'm the type to respond to everything. That's why I don't like Facebook.
Wait, when's your birthday?
May 28th. I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll respond to everything. I will argue with you all day. Like,
that makes
don't try to comfort me. Don't try to say this and that. That's why people said I wasn't humble. I'm like,
yeah, I was reading that shit.
Like, how am I not humble? Because I call people out. I'm like, if y'all want to go to them, go to them, but I'm pretty sure everybody that you're going to is not better than me. That's called competition and being confident.
No, you should.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like people. I'm like, man, y'all forcing it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be trying to stay away from Facebook because they be tripping on there.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. I was reading these comments because I was about to ask you. I was like, dang, what's the big deal? Because I definitely refer to people like, oh, that's a tag man. Like, I was like,
it's
shit.
Like when people say it, okay, but like Facebook statuses, I don't like that no more. I just tell people don't tag me in it no more. Like that's not a problem with. I don't care if it's losing money. Just don't tag me in those type of statuses.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie. That's what I thought about it first. I was like, damn, but if somebody sees something that say tag man and they don't tag you, like, but I get what you're saying. Like, even if you are getting tagged in them and they inbox you, tell them they price and they really not ready for the price. And I don't know how much people be expecting to pay for tattoos.
They be just expecting to do cheap stuff just because I'm like, people don't understand the labor, like the accessories we use, all that stuff. It adds up.
And then
like,
on top of that, you own your shop. You still gotta make sure
it's crazy.
You hitting that overhead. Like
it's crazy out here, man.
Like, nigga, I ain't gonna have nowhere to tat you if I can't pay the bills for the the tattoo shop. I don't want to, accidentally say tat man and stuff. I ain't gonna tell you to be humble or nothing like that because they was at your throat. I ain't understand.
Like I am very humble. Like being humble has got me where I'm at right now. And I'm gonna continue to be what I am. But it's not nobody favor to be mad at me because I don't want to be labeled as something I was when I first started tattooing, because it's really called a scratcher. I'm no longer a scratcher because I have, even if a person is in the shop and they got, you know what I'm saying, they not good and they got that license, you're no longer a scratcher because you got paperwork saying that you're certified, so you're no longer a scratcher anymore.
So basically, anybody who don't kind of have a license yet is a scratcher.
It's still a scratcher.
Because I was looking at it, I knew was like scratchers is kind of like not bootleg, but you're not there yet.
Yeah, it's just, and then like if you try to go tattoo at another shop and they say, well, do you have your license? You can't tattoo at nobody else's shop because you don't got your license. So a lot of people, like, if you want to go to the white people, you know what I'm saying, they not gonna mess with you because they gonna look at you as a scratcher. Like me, I can go, but they'll probably look at my work and be like, well, what you specialize in? Like, as long as I got my license, it'll get them like, all right, okay. But if you don't, they not even gonna talk to you because it's like, you're tattooing and they gonna be like, you're tattooing in the shop but with no license. So what is the shop name? And they'll tell on you. Wherever you at, they'll try to tell on you. Like, okay, you got people working in there with no license and stuff like that. So they tell the city gonna go look into that whoever was tattooing there, and it happens from there.
Get your whole situation shut down. But I mean, at the end of the day, people don't be understanding stuff they don't do. So they be talking out the side of their neck. And you know for a fact, Milwaukee Facebook, because that's what I call it, is really bold. Really, really bold. But I be reading it. I be reading the comments. And I just be like, damn, I can't believe people really saying that.
That's why I try to stay away from it, because you will say everything on Facebook just with your emotions. It's just, I've been trying to stay. I've had Facebook too long, but I can't get rid of it due to my business. But once I do get rid of it and people will understand how to contact me, I would no longer be on Facebook. Like, I just get on there just to laugh or something. But
yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, Facebook keep me laughing. I probably got into like one argument on Facebook. I was like, I ain't doing this shit no more. Like, what do I look like arguing on Facebook, man? I'm too old for this. But in regards to, I know you did like a special for Kobe, like the tributes. How did that play out? Like, what was the setup for that?
It really just anybody can come get Kobe tattoos for like portraits. It was like additional. It was a certain price. It was half off or something. Small Kobe tats was a discounted price as well. But really nobody took advantage of that special. Like once nobody take advantage of it, I just stop it. Like,
for real, nobody took advantage?
A couple people probably came and got it, but
what did they end up getting?
Just probably his numbers, but nobody came. Like, I'll be seeing all these Kobe portraits out here that's done in Milwaukee. Oh, I'll be like, and they probably don't want to spend no money to come get a good Kobe portrait or a good Kobe tattoo.
Never mind. They was rest in peace, Kobe. I was about to say something. It ain't about Kobe though. It's about, I'm sure it was probably like lopsided. Kobe head probably looked jacked up or something like that.
It was just you like, oh my God, I could have did way better than that. I know I would have did better than that. And I was running a special. So
they should have took advantage. But it's okay. Like what they say, let them sleep on you until they can't.
Yep. Until they really won't be able to afford me. And that's just me being confident. Like,
you should be. Everybody. That's okay. So this is what I don't get about people. Like when people get so mad that if you call yourself the best or you think that you're gonna be a millionaire or something like that, you not being humble. Like you supposed to be confident. You are supposed to talk your shit. Like that's how it's supposed to be.
that's all I be saying. When people be coming at me, I'm like, damn, I'm not supposed to say I'm better than the next nigga. Like, what?
You can. I feel like this. Talk your shit. Like even if you not better than the next nigga, I feel like you should feel like that. Manifest that shit. Like I'm the best at what the fuck I do. Like mama gonna listen to this. Like damn, you cuss a lot. Yeah, I do. But I mean, hey, I think that it's just what it's gonna always be until people can't like sleep on you no more. Like in regards to your clientele, I know you said you had issues, but what are you trying to do like to build your clientele now? Like,
It's just pretty much once I do a tattoo on somebody new, my job is to get them to come back.
yeah,
Or tell a friend and stuff like that. I always tell people if they hit me up and they came to me before and then they go to somebody else because I'm unavailable or my price is different, I'll tell them like I won't tattoo you because in the tattooing world we care about loyalty. Like, because once you switch up on us, that tells us like you don't respect the person that did your work.
oh shit, and I'm up here talking about I can't even remember who tatted me for real.
It's like it ain't like that, but like if you do big pieces on people or if they satisfied with that tattoo that you give them, and if I'm out of town right now, if I'm unavailable and people mess with my work and they're loyal, they will wait until I come back. But if you go to somebody else and you don't like your tattoo, then you're gonna be hitting me up. And then you could have just waited instead of being, you know what I'm saying, instead of being patient. You know, some people, we do be booked up, we do be leaving, but it's about loyalty. Like, we don't like that switching up stuff. And I tell people, I ain't gonna tattoo you if you switch up on me. Like, I will get you together every time. It won't be no difference in no tattoo. It won't look no difference. It's gonna always be the same quality or better every time I tattoo you. So that's what people get if they decide to go to somewhere else.
Nah, I feel you. So like, what's some advice? Because we definitely keep it real on Ain't No Filter. So what's some like advice you would give to like a tattoo artist, period, like opening a shop, or just some advice in general?
Do
do
everything the right way, especially if you respect your craft and you respect yourself. Do everything the right way so them people won't be in your business. Don't let up the gas. Keep going hard. You know what I'm saying? Just stay focused because at the end of the day, you control your future. So whatever path that you want to take with your career is how it's gonna play out. It's either you gonna go all in or you ain't gonna be all in at all. Because with tattooing, you gotta be all in. You can't half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't all in, you're not gonna learn what you need to learn because you too busy focused on something else.
No, I feel you. My advice would be I'm gonna post my shit even if I got 2 likes. Like
I still post it. You know what I'm saying? I still post all my stuff. Don't matter. It just be crazy like on how Facebook or Milwaukee is. They will share a song more than somebody that got the black business and doing something productive.
I don't even get likes on Facebook for real. I be on there talking to myself. My Instagram.
I don't get no likes on my tattoos no more on Facebook. I'm like, wow. Like, I know it's a nice picture and I don't get no likes, but soon somebody upload a new mixtape or some new song, they sharing like crazy. Like, it's just I don't like it, but shit, it's life. It's Milwaukee for you. Yeah, so that's why I stay off of Facebook. Everything is Instagram.
I'm gonna blame it on the Facebook algorithm and stuff though, because I really do only see like 10 people. So that's what I hope, that people that don't be double tapping on my stuff, and then who don't double tap on your stuff, maybe they really only see the same 10 people. Like maybe they really not hating and not supporting. But
you got those that just scroll right past it or look at it and scroll right past it. It's not gonna hurt to just press that little button right there.
No, I feel you. Just share. I be trying to share everybody's stuff that I see, but niggas don't share my shit. But hey, that's okay.
I don't really be caring about that no more. Like, I have to get over that stage because that's why I moved to Instagram. Instagram is where it's at for any type of networking type of thing.
No, that's true. And I think you got to look at it like it was a point in time where social media didn't exist. So just think like that. Like, if they not showing love on social media, oh well. Drop all your info so that people can like know how to get in contact with you as well.
My Instagram is InkbyShorty, or my shop page is Shorty's Ink. You can inbox me on there or DM. I also have a number 414-400-8455. Or if you do so happen to add me as a friend on Facebook, it's Tion Hollins, Teon Hollins, Hollins. I don't accept all friend requests, but you can send me an inbox and I will check it.
And this is your girl Angelica Marie with another episode of Ain't No Filter with my guy Shorty. So we out, yeah.